Hello everyone and welcome back to Efficient Gaming. Before we get into this week's Witcher video, I want to have a very small rant, although that doesn't really represent my feelings, about last week's time tasks. The spawn rate of the Irinias was just ridiculously low. I managed to find 2 over the whole course, and had there not been bugs in the game before, technically those 2 would have been enough, but because of previous bugs in the game, I thought I had to find 4 because I didn't think we could use the oil at the same time that we could, not deal melee damage. And that kind of made sense. I rationalized that bug before, but it was a bug and they fixed it and I didn't know. So, yeah, I didn't manage to finish it because I couldn't find that 3rd Irinia that I needed. But, yeah. I am so glad that this week's ones don't seem to be like that so far. I'm very much hoping that that's the case. There have been, considering it's only been 1 day out of the 6 days that we have, things are around enough for what I think I will need to complete it. So, yeah. But we have another new exciting week, so let's check that out. Okay, I would normally read the stuff first, but we're not going to this time because there's something here. Well, I mean, it's over there, so I'm going to have to kind of use a range scroll for it. But there is something here that I haven't got an example of in my video yet, so we are going to pop on that range scroll, hope that it's actually in range. And we are going to do the... No, it is just not in range. I will run downstairs and get in range of that. Okay, we are back. We have now clicked on the monster. And we are going to battle this. So this is the last task in the list. This is kill a legendary vampire while doing perfect parries and perfect defenses. Or something like that. So it was a shame the range scroll didn't quite make us reach. So I just ran downstairs to do that. So we are going to use... As you can see, I am running out of Thunderbolt and Swift potions because they're the things that I use the most. We're just going to give it a vampire oil. What is it weak to? Strong silver. Our Wolven Silver, which is a recent purchase, and I do say that I am enjoying that sword. Alright, first perfect parry. Missed the perfect crit. Take a bit of damage there, but I think we've got perfect crit. Let's do another perfect crit. Right, let's go perfect parries now. Missed. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's 2 perfect parries, so we can just safely finish that off. I think it's only 2 perfect crits and 1 perfect parry, or the other way around. We'll check in a second just to make sure that we've actually finished the task. Otherwise, I just wasted a lot of potions on not finishing a task. Well, not that we finished the task. Right, 1 out of 3. So it's 1 perfect critical hit and 2 perfect parries. At least. So of course you can do more, but yeah, you only need to do 1 and 2. Right, so there was something else here before I ran away that I was going to use the rest of these potions on, but not anymore. So what's the next best thing in range? That is a dragon, and we need to do dragons without signs. So let's just quickly do that as well. Strong silver fire. Silver. So the potions I've got on are probably a little bit overkill for this at the moment. Although the vampire oil is not going to help us too much. It's going to help us a little bit because they do just a little bit of damage to everything, as well as quite a large amount of damage to their own class. So all we've got to do is not use signs on this, and that'll get us an extra little amount in our task for doing the dragons without signs. Now, you don't have to do this on the rare ones for the dragons. I've got most of mine so far, in fact probably all of mine so far, on just commons, and that is what I would recommend doing them on, but we've already got a potion, an oil, and another potion on, so we may as well use them to grab some dragon remains. And the last thing that's in range, we're just going to very quickly kill this Neca Shaman. I've already done the Ogre's task, so this isn't going to count towards that, nor would it be sensible to do so, because it's not like I'm going to find another 7 within the next half an hour while doing the video for you guys, but yeah. It's just because killing these is impossible without potions. Actually, this one I'm not sure. This one might be possible without potions. I might even have a video demonstrating that, but it's certainly easier with potions, and these are what get you gems, which is premium currency, so it's worth killing while I got the potions on. If anything pops up, I might quickly try and do it in the background while explaining something else, but just to be efficient. Right, but anyway, we were about to read all about this week's tasks, so why don't we do that? That is not where I go to do that. I make this mistake like every week. It's like I don't learn anything. So we're going to read the first anniversary celebration. Happy birthday to us. This is obviously them saying Witcher Monster Slayer. Not me, because it's not my birthday. Today marks a year since we released The Witcher Monster Slayer, and what better way to celebrate our paper anniversary than with a bunch of festivities. You'll get the chance to fight every group of monsters in 10 specially prepared tasks. Act fast and finish all the quests before July 26th, rather, to earn a magnificent reward, Anniversary Armor. It's not called Anniversary Armor. Don't forget about your friends. Surprise them with a birthday pack. Who knows? Maybe they'll find a piece of cake or two in there. Check out the anniversary trailer. Okay, it must be on the socials. Right, and then there's an important announcement, which will make more sense after we've read the tasks. So it's saying the Insectoids, where you kill 25 rare monsters, it says to do it without signs, but what they really mean is do it without kinetic or fire damage. So that basically means you can use signs, but you can only use Quen. You can use swords as long as they don't deal fire damage, so no Incandescent Heart and no Melith. And you can't use any bombs because literally every bomb you do deals kinetic damage. So basically, kill them without signs or Melith or Incandescent Heart. If you really want to use a sign, you can. I mean, it's easier just not to do signs because who knows, it might be bugged and it might not give it to you anyway. Like, I just are on the safety side at the moment because we've seen plenty of bugs before and it's just easier to assume that it might be there and do it without anything because then you're safe. And that's what I've been doing so far. So I've been doing that on, I think I found like a Writher and a Vizimian Archer Spore before. And so we did that with them. But let's have a look at the tasks for this week. Some of them I've already completed. So, as normal, we get experience scroll, 85 gems, but instead of the other reward, we get the Armor of the Nameless. Increased damage dealt by signs by 50%. Now, if we combine that with, I think, potentially, let's see if I'm still right or wrong. Hey, yes. No, wrong. The swords that were on sale last week, so I'm going to have to wait for them to go around in rotation again, also dealt increased sign damage. So they would be a good combination for certain quests. For example, where is it? It's one we've already done. Kill 15 monsters from the Necrophage class without performing any melee attacks. So no melee means bombs or signs. So really what you want to be doing, or I guess technically survivability and perfect parries, but that's not really a particularly viable strategy anymore since they buffed the damage of pretty much all the monsters, and you certainly can't have a survivability build that makes you last forever anymore. So signs is the free way to do it, obviously without using bombs. You can do it at the moment without using buffs, but it would certainly be a lot easier with armor and potentially a sword that would help to increase the damage from those signs. But let's go through from the beginning. Kill 30 rare monsters from the Cursed Ones class without dealing any silver or fire damage. Now, Cursed Ones in general are weak to, at the very least, silver, if not both silver and fire. I can't see... Oh yeah, there's one right there. There's a bunch of these around, but these aren't rare ones, so there's no point in doing these. Wild Rare, weak to silver and kinetic. I mean, doesn't matter because you're not allowed to use fire anyway, but... So, what we need to do with these is rare ones. So, they're rare. You pretty much need to use, well, a combination of anything you want, really. But my standard is a Thunderbolt and Swift Potion to kill rares. So, that combination of two. You could use Thunderbolt and an oil. You could use an oil and a Swift Potion. You could use any number of different things. I pick the Swift and Thunderbolt because they're reasonably easy to make. They're reasonably cheap to make. And their ingredients sort of are easy enough to come across. So, see, here's another one. It's weak to silver. So, basically, what it's saying is kill rare ones of these. So, like I said before, the Stinger, the Visimian Archer Spore, and the Wereat King one, whatever it is. They're the ones that have been spawning around for me, and they're the ones that I've managed to do the tasks on so far. They're the ones you want to kill with any sort of basic steel sword that does not do any fire damage. So any of the ones that give extra damage to fast or strong attacks, any of the ones that give extra damage to signs, although you're not going to be using the signs anyway. And things like your Dawnbringer are fine. Oh wait, I better check that. Dawnbringer might be silver. I'm not sure. I'm not going to check that now, but you check that before you do it. Yeah. Basically, you need to use a steel sword, and you need to avoid fire damage. Simple as that. Technically, I think if you picked the right bomb, you could do that. Yep, so as long as you don't use any of the bombs that do silver or fire damage, you could use bombs because you're allowed to use kinetic damage. But again, I just put on enough stuff to kill them without signs. You can use the Ard sign because that's kinetic. That will help you out a bit, but yeah. That's the strategy for that one. I'll show you me going over them soon. It is, because there's so many tasks this week, and they're all so different and varied, none of them are sort of like along the same path, it is a little bit hard to keep track of. So one thing that I would do is I would focus on one to start with, try and complete some of the easier ones so you've got less things to think about for what you need. For example, the ones that I have finished to date are kill 5 rare monsters from the Spectre class after using a potion, an oil, a bomb, and a sign. Now, I don't know if I can see any around at the moment. I can't, but things like the Dark Knight, the rare version of that, which is called, come on, I can't think of it off the top of my head, the Kalidas. So the Kalidas have been spawning, and the Beanshi have been spawning around, and I think that's what I got my 5 on. Now, just so you know, you don't have to use a Spectre oil for this. As long as there is any oil on, it will proc for the use of an oil. You do have to use a bomb. I didn't try it with snowballs, but technically they come under the classification of a bomb. So if you've got plenty of snowballs left from the other event, this might be a good time to use them. Just so you're not using your other bombs, but I generally just put on a regular bomb because I've got such a big stack of those. I want to get rid of them anyway, and this is the perfect time to do that, because you have to use a bomb. You don't really need to use a bomb. You don't really need to use an oil to kill rare ones of those either, but you do. And just make sure you use a sign. Kill 15 monsters from the Necrophage class without performing any melee attacks. Are there any here at the moment? Because that would be very beneficial. No. Ghouls have been... Oh, yeah, there we go. Ghouls have been around. Ghouls probably the easiest one to do it on, because you just sort of sit there, you defend when it attacks you, and then you cast Igni. And then you defend when it attacks you, and you cast Igni. You don't need any potions on to do that, so you'll be able to do that. Kill 8 monsters from the Ogre class in 30 minutes. You've basically just got to find any Ogres. So, are there any around at the moment? It's going to be typical, and there's not going to be any around at the moment. I think Swamp Neckers, these Carnage Neckers, as well as Rock Trolls were all around for me. And between those and I think things like Cyclops, I managed to get there pretty easily. To those 8 in 30 minutes. So that requires a little bit of walking around and a bit of focus. Right, let's look at the rest of the tasks. 25 from the Draconid class without using signs. So for example, again, I would just pick any of these 2 common dragons, and I would go in, and I might even do this now because then that's another one out of the way. So that you can then focus on other things. These are quite easy. They'll be spawning throughout the week, so you don't need to focus on them, but it makes it easier. You don't have to think, oh, do I need dragons? Do I need ogres? Do I need specters? What do I need? If you have a few things to focus on, then it'll be a bit easier to remember what you need to do for these monsters. But yeah, so just go in, it's a common monster, just kill it. Don't use signs. Easy. I won't do the other one because they're going to be around all week. They're easy enough to get. I'll finish that eventually. Kill 5 legendary monsters from the Elemental class while using Elemental Oil. The ones that I've seen around are Jin, and I saw a Dao. I'm not sure what the other one was. For my 3, it might have been another Jin or another Dao or something. Kill 25 rare monsters from the Insectoid class without using signs. So that one I think I found a Vizimian Archerspore and a Writher. Try and do certain ones of these together. So I think I came across these when I was trying to also do some cursed ones without any silver or fire damage, so I needed to have potions on for that. These are rare as well, so I needed to have potions on for this. Things like this one and the collect 35 relic remains would be good to go for a walk in the park. Again, rare insectoids, common insectoids are also going to appear in a park. So there's a really good reason to go for a walk in a park, and that's going to help you with these. Now, the last one here, kill 3 legendary vampires after performing at least 2 perfect parries and 1 perfect critical hit. That was what you saw me just do with the mottled Garcane that we found that just spawned on the map. Now, again, a whinging about last week. I saw so many legendaries, so many last week, and it was because I was playing more. It was because I was playing more because I was looking for this last Arinia that wasn't spawning. So I do hope that they don't start making legendary vampires that scarce, because even though we've got twice as long to complete this one, it will be very annoying if that's the case. I saw so many mottled Garcanes last week. I must have seen 10 or 20 in the space of time that I was playing when I only saw 2 Irinias. So let's hope they don't make them rare this week. Right, that's the tasks. Let's look at us completing some of these. Right, so this was last night. Not long after the event had started, I found a Djinn and thought this is a really good starting point. Now, lucky for me, it was both nighttime and raining. So I think what we're doing now is we are going through our inventory just to pop on a cat potion. And I don't think I put the squall potion on just yet. I think we do that a little bit later, but we'll put the cat potion on because when you click on a monster now, it doesn't give you the option of using any or all of your potions now. It just has 3 recommended ones. So if you want to put potions on outside of that, you have to go into your inventory and do it. we didn't put the cat potion on before, but we have now. So we're ready to go. Just making sure I've got bag space because we are going to be earning some special monster remains this time. So I'm just we are going to try and achieve, which is going to be killing one of these with elemental oil on. So we're going to put in our Thunderbolt and Swift Potions and our elemental oil. If we don't kill it without, if we kill it without the elemental oil, we are still not going to benefit from completing this task. So this was the first one I came across, and then I think I just spent the rest of the use of my potions just to buy them. So the reason that I put on both a Thunderbolt and a Swallow, not Swallow, I keep saying Swallow instead of Swift. Thunderbolt, Swallow, as well as a cat and an oil is because this is a particularly difficult one. The legendary elementals in general would require a Dimeritium bomb to make them significantly easier to defeat, but I didn't use a Dimeritium bomb, so I didn't. We just used a couple more potions because you can craft potions, you cannot craft bombs at the moment. They are only purchasable with gems. So as you can see, we managed to do that, and now we're going to have a go at this. Because we've already got the oil on, we've already got a potion on, all I need to do is cast a sign and throw a bomb. So you can see we've loaded up a standard bomb for this. We're going to hit it a bit, and then we are going to hit more. Not too much because we still need to cast a sign and throw our bomb before we finish it off. I purposely missed the critical hit there just because I need damage and we want to get that bomb thrown in. Otherwise, again, we're not going to have completed this task. Alright, so we'll go back, we'll check the tasks. Yep, so we've got 1 out of 5 of those. Now, I can see a lesson there, so I don't know whether that's the next thing that I went for or not. It would make sense to. Yep, so this is just me, because again, it's the first night. I'm just checking out everything, going, right, what can we do? What's the next best thing to use the current potions on that we've got? Making some bag space to pick up more ingredients. If we don't, be able to do that. So I think I went for this one because I was hoping with these potions on that I would be able to kill enough Ogreids at the time, but I wasn't because again this is something that I think you would need to be out and moving around to do. To kill these Ogreids you're going to need to be out even if you're using a range extension potion from your home. My home happens to, I don't know why, have quite a lot of spawns around it, which is very beneficial for me for making these videos and playing in general, but it's not something that everyone has the luxury of. So these are pretty much all going to be, you need to go out to do these quests for this week. I don't know why I'm leaving the lesson right there. I don't know if it's because it's pretty much stood inside me, but yeah. So it has put up the kill Ogreids up, but yeah, we don't need to do that. Okay, no, we are going for one of the Insectoids, and we're going to be killing it without using any signs, because that's a common one. Or are we not? No, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing now. Oh, that's right, we're putting on the Squall Potion now because it was raining. Because for some reason it hadn't occurred to me that it was raining before. Probably because it's really hot here, and it hasn't been raining. So I was not only confused why the game thought it was raining, but why it thought it was even possible to rain at this point in time. So I think I've gone with Dawnbringer Sword here, and I'm purposely unenabling our bombs so that we don't accidentally use one. So this is just common insectoids, no signs. Although I think I was extremely confused confused at this point because I think I'm only killing this with signs. So this is exactly what not to do. But this is what I mean by there's so many big and different varied tasks that I just got confused. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll just kill that using only signs when I'm supposed to be killing it without any signs. Yeah. So that's how not to do that. And if I go and check my tasks now, I will probably find that I did not do any and I was confused, and then I'll be like, okay, I did it wrong. Never mind. Hopefully I go for the lesson now. Yep, have I seen it yet? Get the lesson remains. As I said, this was as soon as the task had started last night, and I was just getting a few things done. No, we're gonna go for... I can't tell what that is. I think it's the... Cool, yes, right. This one. So this is what I was thinking of when I was doing the Insectoid. Kill it only using signs. Or, for example, no melee attack is the specific term that it says, because of course you can use other things, but yeah, so I just sort of like one hit that because of both the Squall and the Cat Potion on. We are now doing 400% damage to everything, and that just sort of one hit that common. So you don't have to have the potions on to do that, but they help do it. Come on, stop ignoring the fact that there is a lesson there. It's just hiding. It's hiding behind my player character. Even though it's like twice as tall as me. It's definitely hiding. Again, bag space management is important. Come on. Come on, notice. No. No, no, we're gonna go for the other Spectre, I think. I don't know what we're doing. It's just me looking at it again. No, good, I realized. And we're gonna go for the Leshen Remains. So this one is only a rare. I did, however, manage to find one of the new legendary Gurnakoras, and that gave me 7 Leshen Remains from that one. So if you do find, again, reason to go looking in the park, there are better gains for killing a legendary than there are for killing a rare. So in this situation, if you're going to have the potions on anyway, you may as well legendaries, because they will get you a lot more bang for your buck. I think this one gave us like 1. Yeah, we got exactly 1, and I'm like, oh god, what do I need, like 30 of these? No, I need 35 of these. So at this point I thought, well, that task's probably gonna take a lot of resources to do. This whole week has taken a lot of resources. Do I think it is worth it though? The armor is not so OP that you need to sort of put all your resources and time and money into getting it this week. They're not releasing it for sale. All these sort of anniversary-only items do only appear and are only sort of able to be obtained, that's the word I want, during these events. So the Incandescent Heart from Christmas time, that has not been available in the shop. So if you want to collect all the armor and stuff, then by all means, yes, it is very necessary to do that, but it's not so good that it is going to become your de facto armor. My de facto armor is still going to be Manticore. The armor that is up for grabs during these anniversary event is a good armor. It's going to be very useful, I think, for time tasks going forward. It might help to save you needing to use as many bombs because they're a premium resource. So you've got to weigh it up as future benefit against current spend. But it's interesting and it's a nice challenge to try and do some of these more difficult tasks, I think, anyway. Again, this is nighttime, so because we are using like signs. I have put Dawnbringer sword on. So this is, again, we're going to be killing a Necrophage 1 of 15 without... but basically we're just using signs to do it. I think it's no meaning. 15 Necrophages without meaning attack. So you can use bombs if you want, but the cheaper way to do it is to just do it with signs. So that was me. I think the perfect parry actually killed it in the end, but it was majority signs, and the reason I was using Dawnbringer is because it's nighttime and that boosts all damage by 10%, including your signs. So it's just that little bit of extra help, even though technically you're not really using your sword. Alright, what else are we going to go for here? I think I know what I'm going to go for because I saw it a second ago. So again, I haven't memorized these tasks yet. I still don't think I've memorized all the tasks. I still have to look them up when I'm mentioning them now. But I think we are going to go for the... Come on, where is it? No, I didn't see it. There was a headless nobleman there before, so that would have been another good opportunity to get one of the... I did it while I was talking about something. I did it. About some other exciting things that are happening this week, but... Yeah. Maybe I did. Or I missed it, and it's still sat there, and we're not going to demonstrate killing it. But again, it would have been beneficial to do that Headless Nobleman while I had my potion on. Whether I did or not, who knows? I'm not going back to rewatch that just to find out whether I did. Although I probably will go back around here just to see what's there and if anything is of use. Didn't look like it. So yeah, this is where we're up to with the tasks. Obviously, you can see from my current recording that I'm a lot further on with these tasks, but of course this was like the first half hour last night as the event had started. So yeah, these are our tasks for this week. They are not too difficult, but they are definitely resource intensive. Before you commit a lot of your resources to this, think about if you have the time to go out and do it, and if you don't have the time to go out and do it, there's probably not really super worth your time blowing a bunch of resources trying to finish one of these things if you're not going to finish all of them. And that's what most annoyed me about last week. I had done the tasks using the bombs to kill the Arinias. Yeah, Arinias. And I didn't get to recoup those bombs or any of that currency that was spent doing so because I didn't actually finish the week because I didn't find another Arinia. So they're the sorts of things that annoy me. So think about whether you've got the time to commit to actually finishing all these before you go blowing a bunch of resources and then not finishing it. That's my last tip for this week. I'd love to know your thoughts on the event this week. And good luck to you all. And we will catch you next week. Because even though this is another anniversary week, it's 6 days long. So you've got 5 left. Good luck, guys. And we'll catch you soon. Bye.